Spyderco Paramilitary 2. If you don't know about this knife, my question is, what rock have you been under? If you are a knife guy, you'll definitely want to put this one on your radar if you haven't already. This is an excellent blade, very well balanced. I like the way it moves in hand. A little awkward doing it up this high, but it is a fun blade to play around with. So let's take a closer look. This Para 2 is a sprint run. You can see the difference in the brown handles, and standard what you're going to get as far as blade steels go is S30V. This one you can see is S35VN. So either way you go, you're going to get an upgraded steel, and one that most people really like. Tends to hold a really good edge. You can sharpen it to a steeper angle, but it's going to maintain that edge as well because of the high quality steel that it is. Blade length on this is about 3.4 inches, so just shy of 3.5 there. Full flat ground and kind of a leaf shaped clip point type blade is what they call it. I think of it more of a leaf shape. But the tip on it is very precise. This one I actually rounded off just a hair. I was starting a fire, put a rock as a windbreak, and then I rubbed the tip on the rock when I was moving. So eventually that'll come back with some sharpening. But overall, this is a great, very useful blade shape I have found, and has been one of my favorites. You've got enough belly there, and actually it's just got a long sweeping belly for you to do some nice work with. The finger choil on this is something you don't typically see in folders, at least I don't on most of mine. And a lot of people don't like finger choils. I happen to love finger choils. And with that, you've got some nice jimping underneath with that finger choil, and the thumb ramp in the back, you've also got some very functional jimping, as well as on the very top of the spine. So if you want, you can choke up on there. I think that's fantastic. If you don't like the finger choil, well, like standard blades, you can still hold back, and you've got enough curvature here in the blade, in the handle, that you can get up, lock your thumb in on that thumb ramp plus the jimping, and then your index finger on that handle. Taking a look at the deployment hole, if you compare that to the Endura 4, you can see that the Paramilitary is larger than the Endura, and the Tenacious, you can see that it's larger than the Tenacious. So if you're using gloved hands, there's ample room to get in there, get your thumb on that and open it, which also helps to create this nice thumb ramp as well in the back. The compression lock, you can see this is a little bit different than what you normally see, and I would, this is somewhat like the access lock. Got the rift here handy. The access lock, the one thing it has over the compression lock is it's truly ambidextrous. Now for me, that doesn't matter, and I love this compression lock. If we can focus, there we go. This compression lock right here, it locks up solid, no wiggle room left to right or back to front, and that's just fantastic. The compression lock acts as easy one-hand closing of the blade, and that's something that I value very highly in an EDC blade, and I find very functional. This is one of the smoothest knives I've had, and I noticed that right out of the box, and it has stayed that way unlike some of my other blades. This one was really smooth opening, but over time it just kind of got gummed up in there. I have not noticed that at all with the Para 2. It has been great. Moving on down to talk about the handles, the ergonomics on this are great. There's not a lot of flash to this, but it doesn't need it. The G10 handles here are, they have a texture to them that to me is just about perfect. Personally, I wouldn't mind if they were a little bit more aggressive, but having said that, I tend to be, I like a lot of aggressive texture. So this is enough that it's going to be extremely functional, but it's not going to tear your hands up, nor is it going to tear your pocket up. So I think they've done a wonderful job of balancing that texture on these handles. Again, the ergonomics, you got the, I've talked about this a little bit before, you got the nice finger groove right here, and a little bit of a swell and curvature on this side that'll just help to lock your hand in and your pinky in when using that blade. Moving back to the clip is a pretty standard Spyderco clip. You can see there it's got great rigidity, and you have a 4-way positional clip, so lefties rejoice there. And your lanyard hole is a very large lanyard hole. So those that like to put the lanyards in there, you'll have a lot easier option. There's a tenacious lanyard hole just for comparison. The overall weight of the blade is 3.75 ounces, so pretty light for a blade that is this size. And you're going to be running price-wise on this. This one in particular, I think is about 150, but again, this is the sprint run. I don't know if this is even offered anymore. Typically though, I think you're running about 120, 130, somewhere around there for this blade. And what I would say is, it is very much worth the price that you would pay for it. Now, if you told me I had to get rid of all my blades, all my folders except one, there wouldn't be any hesitation. This would be the one. My fixed blades, yeah, there might be some mulling over and some philosophical thought over which one I would keep and what others I would get rid of. With the folders, again, no question at all, this would be the one I would keep. If you're looking for a production blade that once bought is going to take the quality and overall likability scale of your other folder collections and knock them down a bit, this is going to be the blade. I highly recommend this one. There's a reason it's hard to find. This is a fantastic blade. If you're a knife guy, I would not hesitate buying this one. Thanks for watching the review, guys. We'll see you later.